It is a really interesting phenomenon. So one thing I found out was there's a difference between what they call glossolalia and xenolalia. So basically, xenolalia is what happens in the book of Acts when the Holy Spirit comes down on the apostles at Pentecost, and they speak and everyone hears them speaking in their own language, right? So they're speaking languages they never learned, but people are understanding what they're saying. Then there's glossolalia, and glossolalia is sort of nonsense syllables, right? It sounds like speech, but nobody understands and nobody, recognizes the words that are being said. The fascinating thing is that glossolalia, the nonsense one, is found in many different cultures and many different religions. People did a study in America, and they found that Pentecostals who, for example, live on the East Coast will speak, and there'll be certain syllables that are said more frequently, right, than others. If they move to the West Coast, there are other different syllables that are said more frequently, and the longer they live on the West Coast, gradually their accent, right, changes, and they start, because they're hearing it, and they start speaking now with that one, right? But I think a lot of them are very genuine. They're having a genuine, emotionally moving experience. But is that the same thing as a gift of the Holy Spirit? Well, it's certainly not what happened at Pentecost. That was a very different thing. And you don't find that, the xenolalia, you don't find that anywhere else. It happens at Pentecost. It's not in other cultures and religions. St. Paul, in 1 Corinthians, I think 14, he actually sort of discourages the Corinthians because what they were doing was not xenolalia. It wasn't what happened at Pentecost. He says to them, I'd rather you speak 5 words with understanding than 10,000 words without understanding. What they were doing was not understandable languages. It was this glossolalia. So that would be my sort of approach to that. I would say, God bless you. If that's a way that you can pray and it makes you feel close to God, that's fine. But if you want to convince me that this is a gift of the Holy Spirit, I'm a bit skeptical about that.